Hello guys,
Hi guys.
welcome to another video.
Yes, back with another video.
Yes, and this one is about how we met. I think
He doesn't remember, but
yes.
I'll remind him some bits.
So
We used to work the same area in Dagoretti, but different fields of work, definitely. So the place I used to work, ilikuwa flat. Anyway, whatever.
To sit on something else.
Yes, at least to go on the same level. Nimemkali and then he's... Now I look like the tall one. So, the place I used to work, it was a flat. There was a ground floor and then the first floor. So I used to work on the first floor where you see everything that is happening around. And then behind the houses, there were toilets. So I used to go to pee in those toilets. Na uko nyuma. So this day I went to the loo. And then as a friend of mine, we used to talk. So I happened to meet with him on the way.
Who is also my friend,
Yes, who is also
a mutual friend, yeah?
Yeah,
yes.
He's a mutual. He's a mutual friend.
Yes.
So we used to talk with him mostly, and I didn't know it's his friend. So that day when I was going to the loo, they were together, but then I didn't see him. So I said hi to my friend, and he commented something, and then I smiled, and then I went to the toilet. So the next day in the morning, someone is coming to the shop. It was an electronics shop. So he's like, what can I buy? He came and he was like, Sasa, what can I buy from your shop?
Yes, I know. I came to say hi. And then I said hi. Then she told me her name, and then I was like, since I've just come to the shop, what can I buy? And then I remembered, yeah.
And then I told him, you can buy a TV. He said, no, I have a TV a bit bigger than this one. Yes. But then uliniambia niko na TV kubwa sababu leo hiyo yenye mnauza.
Yes.
And I was like, buy a DVD player. And then he was like, I don't use a DVD. I use a flash disk or a hard disk.
Yes. So it happened that it was 20.
It's been 3 years.
It was World Cup. It was World Cup.
2018.
Was it 2018? Yes, I think it was World Cup. So it was World Cup 2018. So it was World Cup, and I wanted aerial since I didn't have an aerial. I had an aerial, but I bought.
You bought an aerial after the second time you came. Let me give this story. He doesn't remember. So when he came, I told him to buy a DVD player, and he said, I don't use a DVD. So I was like, okay, buy an extension. He was like, I have an extension. Basi buy tape ya black, the black tape for 40 bob. He said, okay. And then he bought the black tape for 40 bob. Bado yuko kwa hii nyumba ndo inaelekea kuisha hadi waleo 3 years and plus later. So, I was like, kwani this guy? But then nilikuwa naona ni kama unajipenda. I was like, umse anajipenda. Because another friend of him came. I think ilikuwa Jeff ama Jimmy. He came and then he was like, umeona... Sijuka alikuwa anaulizia Jeff ama alikuwa anaulizia. A friend of him came and was asking for another friend of theirs. And then he was like, see you call him. And I was like, this guy is so full of himself. Kwani who does he think he is? He's so prideful. Kwani demu yake usurvive aje na yeye. And I was like, huyu hata. Akabuy tape. He bought the black tape and then he went. So the next day he came again. He was like, hi. He even left me his phone, by the way. Come on, baby. Come on. So the next day he came. He was like, hi. Watch movie. You asked for movies. Nikakwambia, we only sell CDs. And then you were like, hata unatumianga simu yako ku watch movie. Ukaniachia simu yako. You remember you uliniachia simu yako for almost the whole day. The second day after meeting.
Yeah.
He used to put movies in his phone. Akaniachia simu yake like the whole day. And then I was like, na demu yako akipiga. Then he was like, ni sawa tu. So he left me his phone like almost the whole day. Akakujia later in the day. So tukaendelea hivyo, but yes. And then he used to come almost every day. And it was kind of bugging to me. I was like, what is wrong with this guy? Why does he keep coming over here? Yeah, saying hi and whatever. I don't like him. After all, he's so full of himself. Why is he coming here frequently? So another day he came and asked for my number. And I was like, labda unipatie yako. You know, it's kind of, I don't want to give you my number, but then I can't tell you I don't want to give you my number. So I was like, maybe unipatie yako. Then you gave me your number.
Yeah.
So I saved his number, but I didn't call. I promised to call him or text him, but I didn't do that. So the next day he came. He was like, you didn't text me? You didn't even call me. Why? I was like, we hata unanisumbua. And then you told me something about relationship. Nikakwambia mimi niko in a relationship. Yes. I think he was like, sijui nikupeleka. I don't remember what he said. Do you remember what he said?
I can't remember,
but it was something to do with a story in a relationship, and I was like, mimi niko na Charlie. So he was so persistent to a point that I was like, nataka nimpigie uongee na yeye ndo wachane na mimi. So I called my ex at that time, and I was like, there's someone here disturbing me. And I put him on loudspeaker, and I told him, talk to him. You wanted to talk to him, and I'm telling you I have someone. So talk to him. And I gave him the phone. So he didn't even talk.
I didn't talk.
He didn't talk. He just refused.
Cool.
Yes.
I told her
he changed.
That's not cool.
Yes. Ali changed kabisa.
And then
he was like, So he said, sawa, I've gone. Akaenda. He disappeared for 3 months.
Imagine I was just around, but I didn't even bother.
For 3 months.
I was just around. I was like,
and then sijui kama hizo miezi 3 ulienda mlimani ukaomba ukasema relationship yangu ishi.
No.
Because in the course of those 3 months, what do you want, man? Unataka nyonyo. Oh my god.
In the 3 months,
in the course of those
disappeared. I went to do some other businesses, and I was like, apana sita bother. I won't bother her again. So I was just passing there. She was not seeing me.
Not
I used to go to work by there every day, but you wouldn't see me because I work
for a whole 3 months. And then in the course of those 3 months, I don't know what he was. Sijui kama alienda kwa mganga ama alifanya nini mazingaombo. In those 3 months, I broke up. My relationship with my ex ended in those 3 months. So I was heartbroken. I was going out with other people, getting to know other people. After 3 months, and then I was like, and here there's this guy who had come, and he was alikuwa anaitwa Roba. Aliendanga wapi? So I started missing you. Which was very weird. I started missing you, and I was like, mse aliendanga wapi? Mbona hakujangi siku hizi? And I was like, guy, si akuje basi. And then you didn't come.
Yes.
So there's a time, I think did I text you? I didn't text you.
No, you didn't text me.
He came. I don't know what triggered him. He came later on. I had started missing him. My relationship was over. I was heartbroken. Nilikuwa na mashida zangu tu. And then he came. After 3 months, he came. Akiwa na hii alama hapa. Here. Sijui alikuwa amekatwa na dini. And then alikuwa amevaa Marvin. All the way mpaka hapa. He looked like a thief. And I was like, hey, umepotea. Whatever. Yes, a thug.
Thief is underestimated.
No, go on.
Yes, and then I came. I wanted. Is that the time I wanted an aerial?
No, it was after. A bit later on.
Yes.
So he came back with that Marvin, and then I was like, hey, umepotea, kwani ulikuwa wapi? Nimekumiss. And then it's weird telling someone that umemiss mtu mwenye ulionyesha madharau akienda.
There's something that I told you. You didn't text, you didn't call. So I told you.
You decided to go.
Yes, and I told you, kwa nini hujaini call, hujaini text.
Yes.
So I was like, wacha nirudi hapa juu, nisalimie huyu msichana.
Kama bado wako in existence.
Yes, and then, by the way, nilikuja tu hivyo. And then, I don't know what happened.
I even asked him where he got the strength to climb those stairs again after 3 months za madharau.
Yeah, I went, so like,
I have someone.
Yeah, so I went, nikaenda
and call even that someone to talk to you and tell you that he's my someone.
So I went to do some other business. Nikakaa. I was still around. I used to nilikuwa tunafanya tu business around, so
yes, he came back.
So nilikuwa napita hapo and I'm like, huko juu ni mbali sana, siwezi panda. And then
na ni staircase, like it's just one
first floor.
Yes, so first from ground floor to first floor, like shui.
Like 20 steps, stairs.
Yes.
And I was like,
actually ilikuwa 20
huko ni mbali sana, siwezi panda. So it took time. Nikakuja sasa siku moja nikasema acha nipande. I say hi to this
Chile.
Yes, and nikapanda.
This Chile.
Say hi, and then by then I didn't know your name, yeah?
You knew my name.
I knew your name. So I was like, hi.
And I was like, you umepotea. Nimekumiss. What happened? Mbona unakaa kama thug? Akaniambia sijui aligongwa, whatever.
Yes, niliumia kwa job.
I felt sorry for him.
Yes.
And I wanted to call him right then and then, but then I had lost his number. So I was like, by the way, wacha nikupatie namba yangu. I even offered. Nikupatia namba yangu. Kumpatia namba yangu hakupiga. He didn't call me. He was like, so I'll text you in the evening. I waited for the text. He didn't text. I waited for the text that day. I was eagerly waiting. I was so idle. I didn't have anyone. So definitely I was waiting for the text. He didn't text me that day. The next day in the morning, I saw him. He came. Actually, ulijileta. Ukikunywa sijui ni supu.
No, I don't drink soup.
It was there's something you were drinking. Sijui kama ni uji. I don't know what you were drinking. So he came. Nikamwambia huku nipigia simu. Akaniambia, nitakupigia leo ama nitakutext. Hakupiga. So the next day I saw him hapo nje. Hata huku kuja asubuhi. He didn't even come in the morning. So I was standing there. I was actually looking for you. Nikuasikia baya. Nikuasikia umendanganya. And I saw you. I was like, hi liar. And then he felt bad. He was like, why are you calling me a liar? So he climbed the stairs. Uliambia utanipigia na huku nipigia. Wewe basi nipatie namba yako mimi nikupigie. And then I think you gave me your number. And then I called you. Who called who? I didn't call.
I texted you.
You texted? Aliona sasa wenipatia namba yake haizi ni hepa. Akaona saa acha ni text. So he texted. And he was like, sasa tukaanza kujuana blah blah blah. So he used to come like every day. Lazima angekuja kunisalimia. So there's a time he came and he was like, can I take you out for coffee? And then he asked me, when is your curfew? I didn't even know what curfew was. Like, what the hell is curfew? Why are you asking me about curfew? What is curfew? He was like, curfew is ile time mwenye uko. Because I used to live with my parents at that time. So he was like, curfew ile time mwenye ya mwisho.
Yes.
Ile time mwezi fikisha kama hujafika kwa nyumba. And I was like, I think I don't have a curfew, but I think natakanga kuwa home before 10. Sino? But then I was like, I can't go for coffee. I don't like going home late. At that time, my brother was small and I was so attached to him. So I was like, Sienna, I don't go out with strangers. I can't go for coffee. It was jioni because ilikuwa jioni because I'm at work, you know. And I was like, I can't go for coffee jioni. Sitakangi kuchelewa kwenda home. So he was like, okay. Why don't you go during the weekend? I was like, okay, Sunday is fine after church. It's okay, we can go. He was to call me. The guy didn't call. I cancelled my plan that Sunday, by the way. Ikisemanga anapelekwa date na roba. Hakupiga. Nikarudi home. The next day, he was like, I'm sorry. Sijui my business. Sijui nini. Unakumbuka ukiniambia story. Sijui alikuwa na stress. He forgot. Sijui job nini. And I was like, it's okay. So he said, why don't you come for coffee at my place? And I was like, unataka mamako anipige na mwiko ya ugali, unakumbuka? And then he gave me an expression.
My mother was cool, so I was like, siwezi.
And then alikuwa na expression like, mimi naishi peke yangu, I don't live with my parents. And I was like, okay, relax boy, okay, I'll come. Actually, it's weird because I didn't usually sikuwa naendanga like kwa places Zama boy people. It was very rare for me, especially someone that I don't know. But I accepted. I was like, it's okay, nitakuja in the evening. So he was like, okay, unatoka job saa ngapi? I told him before 7. So he said he'll come pick me up from work. Ama tupatanie kwa barabara cause alinionyesha. He was just living around. So I went that evening, tukapatana kwa barabara. We went home. He made me coffee. Ilikuwa coffee na nini? Pancake. You made me coffee at some. It was coffee alone.
Yes.
The first day. So I went. I met his kitten. He had kittens. Other. So I went. he had other. So I went to his house. Have you ever entered a house? I entered that house and I felt at home. It was very weird, actually. Nilingia kwa hiyo house and I felt like I'm home. I felt like I'm entering into my house. Nishakwambia hivyo? Sijakwambia? Oh, sasa nimekuinulia gangster points. I entered into that house and I felt so comfortable. I felt like I'm entering into my own house. Actually, I felt like that is my house. So he made me coffee. I met his other cats. I met his other cats. He had cats. So yeah, we talked, we listened to music, we danced, which was very weird, especially for me because there are things that I have never done before, like dancing.
Wait for it.
Which is very weird because I'm a jigonga.
Sorry, Mama.
So we danced. I've never danced with a guy, but I did. I felt so comfortable. Yep. It was bound to come. Sorry, honey bunny.
Sorry, Mom.
Oh, it's okay. So we danced, we had coffee, we talked, and we decided we'll be doing that more oftenly. He was like, okay, so tomorrow. I was like, good, tomorrow it is. Akanipeleka stage, and I went home. The next day, after work, he would come. By then he would come every morning. Ama kama atakuja, ata make sure amekuja kunisalimia. So he would come, say hi, nini. And at that time we would talk because I had his number. We used to talk. He'd call, ukifika home uniambie and everything. So the friendship was coming up. So we would talk, and then every day it became a routine because every day I used to go to his place for coffee. Every day. It's either nikunywe coffee, ama animekie supper, ama anipikie pancake. Ama mayai. He used to make that effort. And then at that time, he was not that well off. This guy, he used to even give me fare. There's a time he gave me, alikuwa na tuso kwa mfuko. Kuja upane story. Alikuwa na tuso kwa mfuko, ilikuwa nipe so ya fare. Msee akanikia tuso kwa mfuko. He used to put it in my pocket. Bila mi kujua. Sasa mimi niko kwa gari. I'm looking in my pocket. Napata, he texted me, akaniambia fare iko kwa mfuko. So kuangalia, napata tuso. And I was like, umenipea tuso. Kumbe hiyo tuso ndio ilikuwa budget yake yote. Oh Lord, Nima. Sorry guys. So hiyo tuso ndio ilikuwa pesa yote alikuwa nayo. Alikuwa anipatie so, abaki na so ajipange vile atakula supper na breakfast na whatever. Yes. And so it happened. We continued like that. He never even asked me to be his girlfriend. Actually, we were coming from his place one evening because we used to do that every day except on Sunday. But we'd meet on some other Sundays. So hii siku tukitoka kwake. Oh Lord, what is happening? Sorry guys. So hii siku tukitoka kwake, we met his friend. Alikuwa anaitwa Zaituna. So we met his friend. So tukapatana na yeye usiku, and then he was like, sasa Roba, ndo be. And then he was like, ndo be. And I was like, oh, so you want me, but you're not saying it. I know you want me, but you're not saying it. So that was a ticket for me. It was like a go ahead. So in the evening when I got home, we were texting, we were talking, and then I was like, ulisema mimi be wako. Sema poa.
Poa mama.
And then he was like, yes, and I like you and everything. Why am I doing the whole talking and you're talking?
Give me a hug. Give me a hug. Wait first.
Hug daddy. Hug daddy.
Hug, mama. Come.
Come on. Hug daddy. Hataki. Akiwa anashinda akituangushia kamera. So that day, I was like, you introduced me to your friend as your bae. He was like, yes, I like you, and I want this to whatever. He was like, I like you, and I want to know everything that makes you happy. I want to be with you, whatever. You remember you saying that? And I was so used to people telling me such things, and I was like, if you mean the words, then I think it's better you tell me face to face. So he was like, okay, I'll tell you tomorrow. He was so confident. He was like, okay, I'll tell you tomorrow. We go out. So I agreed. We went to Kikuyu. We had Nitaita Sapa Madina.
There is this cafe. Is it cafe or what?
Cafe,
yes.
Krebs Kitchen,
yes.
They have the best chips masala. Sijai kula chips masala kwa life yangu. That was the first time. So they were so sweet. And he told me everything. He was telling me on the text. He was like, yes, I like you. I want to make you happy. I want to know everything that makes you happy and everything. And I was like, boy, stop it. You stop.
And then boom, I got a girlfriend.
Stop it. Imagine I couldn't believe I can't talk about Devi. I'll introduce, and then I was like, so this happens. So yeah, that was his way of asking me to be his girlfriend, and then we started dating, yeah.
And then
tukidate hivyo sasa akakujaga kununua the aerial. He came, he bought, alikuwa na aerial but kamba ilikuwa fupi, so he came to buy the kamba ya aerial.
The cable. Yes. I bought a cable so that we could watch World Cup.
Yeah. And then he was like, this guy was so cheeky. He was like, sutakuja jioni tufunge aerial.
Tukafunga aerial manze, tukawacha.
Wewe niliambia sikuja jioni tutafunga aerial, nikamwambia sawa nitakaa. Hiyo day ilikuwa holiday, it was a holiday. Unakumbuka? World Cup ilikuwa inaanza that very day actually, and it was a holiday. So holiday nilikuwa naenda job half day. So ilikuwa nikitoka job niende hivyo tulikuwa tuende out. So nikatoka job akanikujia. We went home, his friends were over and I knew some of his friends, but I didn't know they were friends anyway. They were over there. So kulikuwa na World Cup, tukawatch World Cup. We went home, and that was our relationship,
That watch World Cup, tukawin World Cup.
Tukakula chipo na smoky.
Yes.
Akanisindikiza kwenda home. By the way, he used to do that every day. He used to come for me from at work every evening. Yeah, ametoka kila jioni every day. He did that every day. After come on, let me talk. After he was a gentleman. He's still a gentleman though. Yes. So even after we started staying together, he did that mpaka time niliacha kwenda job, by the way.
Yeah.
From the very first day to the last day niliacha kwenda job when I got pregnant and we decided I stay at home. So he used to come for me. Before we moved in together, we used to go at his place. He used to make sure nimekula. If he doesn't have money, he'll make me coffee. Or maybe coffee and eggs. Mostly it was coffee and pancake. He's a very nice cook. So he used to make me coffee and pancakes, coffee and eggs. I used to come from work, I find already ashapika iko hapo imefunikiwa na sahani ni mimi nangoja kukula alafu niende home. And then we'd watch. But then ilikuwa ina happen. I used to come from work at 7. So 7 to 7:30 nitakunywa coffee, and then we will watch a program at 7:30. You remember? Mostly kama Dr. Kingori something to 8, and then from 8:30 nilikuwa naenda home. That was our routine during our dating life. So yeah, we continued like that, and then 6 months later, job yangu ilikuwa na maishu mingi. The guy was feeling for me. He was feeling so bad. He was like, basi badala ya kusema na job sikuja tuishi na wewe. And I was like, skuji. Sasa nikawa play hard to get. And then he was like, yes, I want to know you. I want to start a family with you. But then he was so serious. I've never had a person so serious in my life. And then it's weird that he's Kikuyu, and I used to say sitaka kuolewa na Mkikuyu, but I think he just outstood every other guy that I met, and he was serious. And
it was different.
Yes, he's different from other guys.
Yes, he told me like Wakikuyu hapana.
Yes.
And I'm like Wakikuyu wa shida ya Wakikuyu ni nini? I think.
But then he was sama says nataka kuelewa na Mkikuyu.
And then I was like shida ya Wakikuyu ni nini? Sasa Wakikuyu ni wapoa sio?
Okay. The thing is, nimekuja kudiscover ni set ni Wakikuyu. Hata other tribes were wana mess, but sasa since I'm Luya and my people, they used to say that walikuwa sema Wakikuyu. There's a time even my aunt told me Wakikuyu atakupatia mimba na wakuachi. Anyway, so yeah, 6 months later into dating, he said he wanted to stay with me. He wanted me to be the mother of his kids. He wanted to set up family with me. He can't live without me, and he wants me to be with him. So we moved in together in January of 2019. But then we moved in together, not January, Feb 2019.
No, it was January.
It was January. January ndo nilikuwa nimeacha job, and then nikarudi job Feb 10th. Ndo nilikuja kwako nikarudi job 12th. Our anniversary is on February 12th. Our marriage anniversary. He doesn't even know. He doesn't keep track.
I don't.
He doesn't.
Too mingi.
Yes, I know. So we moved in together. Actually, he was like, "So you come to start a life," and I was like, "Ndakuja." But me nilikuwa serious. Nilikuwa nikisema kitu nimesema.
Tulifanya kimalenge.
Yes. So I was like, "Ndakuja next month." And then I was like, unafanya joke, but he used to know nikisema kitu I don't joke about it. So actually ikakuwa 2 weeks then, and I was like, ndakuja next Saturday. That Saturday I told my mom nimeenda. I packed my clothes. Nikamuuliza uko wapi? Niko kwa nyumba. Ulikuwa unaenda Ndonyo? Alikuwa ananiambia na naenda hivi Makona. But kama unakaa nakuachia kia kuhaniachia ki, remember? I came home with my bags. Hata kwa ulikuwa unakumbuka nakuja?
Yes, I remember.
And you knew I was serious. So I carried my bags, nikaenda nikafungua mlango, nikaenda na mabags zangu nikaziekanisha boom, na pia mimi nikavuta Ndonyo because I was going to my previous work. So that is how we moved in together. Now we are almost at 3 years.
2 or
3. We are turning 3 years. Yes. In February next year.
2.
So we are past 2.5. Yeah. And a month into our marriage, we had a beautiful pregnancy. It was planned, by the way. It was not accidental. It was planned. Ata ni vile sijui hiyo mwezi ili happen aje because we were to get pregnant in the second day after moving in together. We actually thought we were pregnant alafu nikaanza kuonyesha. Anyway, so that is us. We moved in 6 months after dating, and it's amazing, so far so good. And you know, there's just something when you find the right person.
Everything you just flows, know.
Yes, there are people that have dated even for 3 years. Hata kuna watu wamedate miaka 3. By the way, what is the longest relationship you've had?
3 years.
Sikia?
3 years.
Na sisi I think tumefikisha 3 years this year from the time we started dating. So when you meet the right person, things just flows, and when it's planned, kila kitu work out. Yes. And we are here now.
Yeah. And we are going strong.
Mm-hmm.
And we are doing good.
And so now we are 3. We are not 2. We are 3. We have a daughter. Who is turning 2 this year.
Nima
yes. wa Roba, mrembo wa Roba. Yes, so that is us. Lakini msee amenona hapa. Ameamua hanyoi. Ati kuna baridi.
Kuna baridi bana. Baridi kali sana hii. Yanifanya nitetemeke nkinyo.
Kitambi kimekuwa kikubwa hata kikwenda jii.
Hisi kitambi chini balkoni. Balkoni.
You mean like a potty. Anyway, so that is our life, guys.
Yes. Tutaonana on the next episode. Mimi ndo nitaongea sasa. You know, she's the one who remembered everything, eh? Sasa mimi.
He doesn't keep track because he has a lot in mind. Yeye ndo anakuanga everything in this house. Mimi ni wa kukaa kwa nyumba, kuamka, kukula na kulala na kuitisha na kuangalia mtoto. I don't go to work. So everything is him, rent, everything. So he has a lot in his mind. So I understand him.
Yeah.
Next month is my birthday. Usisahau hiyo. Hiyo tutakusana vibaya sana.
Now guys, see you on our next video.
Yes, make sure you subscribe.
God bless you. Don't forget to hit that button, subscribe, and like. Tell a friend. Hao ni wase wapi wameingia on town in town wase wapi wameingia in town. Do subscribe yenu wase, we grow together
Yeah, we have a lot, by the way. I told you guys the only problem is the phone that we're using.
But we're getting a camera this month
next month.
So
no, you get here this month. See next month. Okay. It's
soon.
So subscribe. We have a
subscribe. Maze sahi tunakuja vibaya. Wadau. Tunakuja na ubaya. Okay.
Baada ukipata umse amekaa hapa anafanya video mjua ako serious because hakuwa anataka hii story, but now this is the second video we're doing today actually. And yeah, so subscribe to our channel. And yeah, comment down below your views. We reply. And follow us on Instagram at Diana and Robert. And Diana Ondisa and Robert Ngodo. 53, am I not what?
Yes.
I don't even know your
93.
Yes. Yeah, see you guys on the next
Robert
one.
Ngodo 93.
Okay, this has been 30 minutes, Manzi.
We love you guys. We love you guys. Have a nice day.
Mwah.